Wow, what a week. I had the distinct pleasure to play through 2K Games and 2K Czech's latest title for the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC, Mafia 2. Not since probably Mass Effect 2 have I been this immersed into a new game. The story is truly amazing, allowing you to take part in the rise and fall of a young, up-and-coming Italian mobster in the 40s and 50s, and if you're like me, you're gonna love every minute of it. Having recently played through the mediocrity of Kane and Lynch 2, it was a blessing to participate in such a wonderful adventure. So if you're up for great action, an epic story, and an all-around great gameplay experience, let's check it out. Here's Mafia 2.
My name is Vito Scaletta. I was born in Sicily in 1925.
The story told in Mafia 2 is absolutely amazing, and the way that it's told is if you're watching a movie for your entire gaming experience. What's great is that pretty much all of the events that you'll partake in are the same types of shit you're used to seeing in The Godfather and The Sopranos. Note that you don't need to have played the first game to understand what's going on here. It's a completely different tale. You play as Vito Scaletta, an Italian born in Sicily who moved to America as a child. He grew up in poverty and was arrested in his late teens for shoplifting, and instead of being sent to jail, was shipped off to the war as he spoke Italian and could help in the assault in Italy. The game opens here as you play through one of his adventures where he witnesses the true power of the Italian Mafia and the mob boss's massive influence not only over the people, but even the soldiers. Upon returning home from war, Vito finds his family is in some trouble with a local loan shark as their father had borrowed some money and then passed away before paying it off. So right away you're going to get yourself into some trouble to try to earn it back. Vito's lifelong friend Joe Barbaro shows up offering Vito shelter and a way to earn a bunch of quick money for his family by getting involved with the Italian Mafia. The early adventures take place in the 40s until an event happens that skips you ahead to the early 50s. Throughout the game, you'll experience everything that you'd expect, including money, cars, women, drugs, informants, thefts, extortion, murder, burying dead bodies, lies, deception, and dealing with the inner workings of multiple mob families, the Chinese, the Irish, and even some greasers. There's just a lot going on, and you really have to pay attention to understand it all. I've heard some people saying that the ending of the game is bullshit, but I thought it was perfect for the story. It truly exemplifies the life of a made man in the Mafia, and really hits you emotionally. Bravo!
Don Clementi sends his regards.
From start to finish, Mafia 2 took me 12 hours to complete the game's 15 chapters on the medium difficulty. The entire game is single player, and you can only have one instance of the story going on at once, but you do have the option to go back and replay any of the previous missions. The PS3 version of the game actually comes with an exclusive bonus content called The Betrayal of Jimmy that gives you an additional gameplay mode that puts you in the shoes of a mob man named Jimmy, where you play short missions and try to score the most points by doing mob-like activities similar to those in the story mode. Basically, it's just some extra things to do once you complete the game, but the other platforms don't have this. Now, the game comes with a mature rating with good reason, as it's chock full of profanity and violence, but what I found the coolest was the hidden collectible Playboy pictures, artwork, and pinups. These items are scattered throughout the levels and let you look at authentic Playboy pictures from that era. While not necessary to the game, I think it really encompasses the lifestyle of these guys in the past, so it's neat to be able to unlock those as you play. There's an auto-save system built in, but to me, the checkpoints were too spread out, as sometimes if you died, you'd be set back up to 10 minutes or so, which may not seem that bad, until you die over and over on some of the harder levels towards the end of the game. That replay time really starts to add up. While playing through this title though, the game actually froze up my machine 3 times, forcing me to restart it, which just added to the auto-save frustration.
Suspect is about 6 feet tall.
Drive, all right? Just be ready with the gun.
Don't worry about that. Just follow Clementi. He's in a black limo.
Hey, Joe, I got eyes too, you know?
Mafia 2's semi-sandbox gameplay offers a wide variety of mechanics that should keep you entertained throughout your entire adventure. You're allowed to get creative and venture off outside of the primary story per chapter, but you aren't in control of the order of events nor the quests that you can tackle, as there are no side quests. Each chapter typically opens with you receiving a phone call to meet someone somewhere, and each chapter ends with you going to bed at your place. That's actually something I didn't care for because the chapters feel concluded once you complete all of the objectives, but then you have to drive all the way across town to move on to the next one. I would have preferred the chapters just concluded upon completing their objectives. One of the primary complaints about the first Mafia game was that the cars felt sluggish and unresponsive. Well, the driving mechanics have had a complete overhaul and the vehicles perform wonderfully, and there's even a simulation mode you can enable in the options to make the cars act more realistically. There are tons of different cars that you can drive, and each may be upgraded at a shop to change out the license plates, rims, paint job, and even tune it up and supercharge it so you can get away from the cops more easily. A fist fighting system was implemented as well, and it's quite entertaining and used many times throughout the game. Combine that with a lockpicking mechanic, and this title really reminded me a lot of Prison Break, but significantly more fun. One of my big complaints with Kane and Lynch 2 was that the cover system felt awkward and that the guns were inaccurate, which in turn caused the cover battles to last significantly longer than they should have. Well, the cover system in Mafia 2 was implemented very well and felt natural like it should. You also have a wide variety of guns, including handguns, shotguns, and of course Tommy guns. I felt like a badass walking up a hallway with a Tommy gun blasting out every bad guy that came running at me. On top of this, the partner AI actually works. Most of the missions involve one or more partners accompanying you, and they actually kill just about as many enemies as you do. Finally, something that kind of bothered me was that there are so many freaking police everywhere you go. There are more cops in this game than I've ever seen around my city in all my damned life. They're freaking everywhere. If the cops see you doing something illegal, they'll jump on your ass and call in the entire force to chase you down, so you better have a fast ride or a Tommy gun. Once they start after you, both your person and your vehicle can become wanted, at which point you'll have to either get a new outfit, get a new ride, or change the paint job or license plates to avoid being detected again.
Are you fucking serious?
So nobody recognizes us. Just put it on.
Great.
The overall presentation was just as good as the story and gameplay. Right away you'll notice the amazing, authentic soundtrack filled with real songs from the era. The voice acting is top-notch as well, which is obviously important considering how involved the story is. These two items alone make the game completely immersive, even within the first few minutes. No big-name voice actors were used, though they sure sound like it. These guys are damn good. I attended a conference call with the developers of the game, and they stated they didn't use big-name actors because that removes some of the immersion because you visualize the actor and not the character. Good point. There's no pre-rendered cutscenes as everything is rendered in real time, so whatever outfit your character's wearing is reflected in the cutscenes, which is pretty neat. The graphics in the PS3 version are not the best I've seen by any means, but they are pretty good by today's console standards. What's cool is that the town actually changes between the 40s and 50s. You'll see new buildings, clothing styles, music, vehicles, everything. Basically, the presentation was spot on.
It's the day I got fucked.
I thoroughly enjoyed myself as I played through Mafia 2. The deep story drew me in immediately, and I couldn't wait to see what was going to happen next. Everything really reminded me of all the time I spent watching The Sopranos, and makes me want to go back and watch through the series again. All in all, the gameplay for this title was amazingly addictive and extremely entertaining. Sometimes the driving can get a little repetitive because you do it so often, but overall, this was a good experience. If you aren't really into the Mafia scene, you probably won't enjoy this game, but I absolutely recommend it if you are. I know a lot of you have already played through this, so what were your thoughts? What about those of you who haven't? What looks good and bad to you? Leave your questions and comments below. Check out the full write-up, screenshots, and gameplay footage over at ZeitgeistGameReview.com. Stay up to date by following me on Twitter, and check out my other channel, Zeitgeist Other, for gameplay footage. Don't forget to subscribe and press the thumbs up button. Thanks for watching.